I realized very soon even when I was in my 20s and 30s already, that I had a lot to share and to pass on my immensely now acquired knowledge. I mean, I'm 87 next week, and I've experienced so many wonderful things, and I've learned so much.
I studied with Gunther Schuller. It was very intense study with him, but he's also a very generous teacher. And I also want my students to have the same experience working with such a great figure. And it's an experience of a lifetime, and it's a very important part of their education.
Gunther Schuller is here, and he worked with the Crane Symphony Orchestra conducting Beethoven 5. He also did some coaching sessions with the jazz ensemble. He worked with the wind ensemble performing one of his pieces. He also did a horn master class and a few different discussions. While he was here, we really focused on dynamics, and it changed the level of playing, how you think of the orchestra as a whole. It was intense, but in a really good way.
For me, the most important thing is absolute loyalty to the composer, to the score. Why do I say that? Because 95% of all conductors do not do that. Now, the reason that nobody knows that is that orchestras play very well. They will not make a mistake. There is no recording where there's a wrong note. So audiences, they hear perfect playing, except they don't know that the tempo is wrong, because the conductor decided not to do Beethoven's tempo, because he thought in his ego that metronome marking was wrong. Beauty is something that's hard to describe exactly, but I mean, if you look at a great painting, Mona Lisa, or some Manet painting, or you listen to the slow movement of the Beethoven Fifth Symphony, it's so beautiful, it'll make you cry. But if the culture, if the society doesn't support that, you know, then we are big losers.
We were playing a piece of his, the Divertimento, on winged flight for a wind orchestra. He was coaching our rehearsal throughout that. It was really insightful and a very interesting experience. It always is to work with a composer of a piece. As the first trombone part was directed to play a section of melody completely alone from the rest of the ensemble. No one else was playing at the time. I just decided to really go for it in that rehearsal. A little while later, after Professor Schuller stopped the ensemble to give them some more pointers, he actually turned to me and said,
"Hey, by the way, the trombone lick, ba-da-da-da-da-da, was great. It's one of the best I've ever heard."
It just made me feel really happy, because music is just something I love so much.
Our students having personal contact with someone like this it makes for a memorable and a wonderful contribution to their own formation as a musician, and providing them with this personal contact, this passing down from one generation to another of a musical tradition.
Every note I've ever written, I have heard. I've heard and that's it, and I check it out if it's the right note. So, and that's such a pleasure. I can't tell you how exciting it is to be creative like that. You know. I hope for the best. I hope I will be remembered, but who the hell knows? You know, there's some great masters in all the arts that had, look, Bach was completely forgotten for 100 years, and a guy named Mendelssohn rediscovered him. So, you know, you never know. You know.